Hey everybody, it's Toya Taylor and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 5 Episode 21. The title of the episode is A Vicious Cycle. So we hop back into the episode where we left off last week where Fatima's alleged baby daddy showed up to Zach's door looking for her, right? And he was explaining to Zach that the baby is now starting to ask questions. So Zach was asking, how old is this baby? And Joey is his name. Joey said, well, Joey is Fatima's baby daddy name. Joey is Fatima's alleged baby daddy name, I'd rather say. Not the son. We don't know the son's name yet. We only know the son's age, but we don't know his name yet. So Zach asked Joey how old is the baby, and Joey said he's 9 years old. And so he also said that Fatima left him back in DC with the baby. She didn't want the baby. So now it raised questions of how long Fatima been in Atlanta. Because if Fatima, let's just say, and we don't know yet, but it seemed like to me, because her and Zach, they've been dating for at least about a year. She probably been working for Andy for a good, I'm going to say 2 or 3 years, or maybe more. I don't know how long she been working for Andy, but I would say at least about 2, 3 years she been working with Andy. And not only that, like she had a whole relationship before all of this that I'm pretty sure she put in time with out here in Atlanta. So that's probably like, just an estimate, that's probably like another year. She spent the year with her ex. I'm just estimating. We don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. She spent the year with her ex before he ran off and got married after talking her into an abortion. Very unfortunate. Then, with her and Andy, it seemed like to me she probably been working for Andy for at least a good 2 years. I mean, Fatima been around since first season. And her and Zach, they've been together for about a year now, so, and they got together in what, third season? So in Sisters World, I'm gonna say all of this has been about 2 years. Everything that's happened in Sisters World. All of this is just an estimate. So please don't hang me for this, okay? All of it is just an estimate. But I'm just estimating the whole show of Sisters so far. Now since we're down to season 5, I believe in Sisters World, it's been about 2 years. You know, and I do believe that Fatima was already in Atlanta before she started working for Andy at the law firm. Because remember, we got the backstory about her working for working at some club for Madam. And I'm not sure if All Queens Men is based in Atlanta, but I believe that it is. So if she was working at the club for Madam, Fatima been out here in Atlanta. So that means she been left this 9-year-old son back in DC. At least, I'm gonna estimate, at least by 4 years ago. Fatima been in Atlanta for at least about 4 good years on Sisters. So, if he's 9, that means I'm just guessing, you left him 4 years ago. if you've been in Atlanta for at least about 4 years. I'm just guessing. Even if she been for 2 years. But my guess is 4. That mean that baby had to be at least 5 years old. So you left your 5-year-old son because you didn't want him. And going by the trailer of next week's finale episode, you also stated that you don't like the little bastard. I'm confused. Because even if you've only been in Atlanta for 2 years, and he's 9 years old, that means he was 7 when you left. I'm just trying to figure out what could a 5 to 7-year-old done to you that deep to the point where you just write them off and that 5 to 7-year-old is your child. It don't make no sense to me. Even if you just left DC last year and the boy was 8 when you left, even though sisters ain't, the math ain't mathing if that's the case. But do it ever on this show? So even if she left a year ago and her son was 8, what could an 8-year-old possibly do to you that bad to make you write them off? And you're that 8-year-old's mom. What could your child have possibly did to you that bad at those little bitty ages? He's only 9 years old. And he can't be forgiven? Y'all, we're going to move on with this review. I saved this conversation for my next video when I come back to talk about the trailer. Now, that couldn't get Joey's number, but he was trying to, which I don't understand why that was even a part of the dialogue, because in real life, ain't nobody doing all that. But he was trying to get Joey's number. Joey said that Fatima got it. So, have you been trying to call Fatima, Joey? You know, have you not been getting the answer, or you blocked on her phone? What's up? And how do you know Fatima live right here? That's the question Zach should have been asking, because her name is not on the deed. You know, have you been snooping in my mailbox? How do you know Fatima lives at this address? How did you gather that information from way in DC? And I just moved here like a month ago. Because hell, I mean, how far along Karen is by now? They said she was a little over 4 weeks. And that was around the time Zach had first moved into that house. So he ain't been there for a good, he probably been there for a good 2 months by now. At the most, in Sistas world. Trying to make it make sense, y'all. So, I'm just trying to figure out how Joey found out Fatima lived there. Because Fatima, she didn't move in with him right away anyway when he got the house. She was just there all the time, but she didn't move in right away. So, still trying to figure out. Now, moving on from them, because now all Zach left with is a little bit of information. He done spoon-fed Zach that little information, and now he done left. So Zach, he's in shambles right now. Now, we see Preston at the airport. He walks up to Danny and trying to see if Danny want to meet Mindy. Talking about Mindy finna get off her flight. She done flew into town to come see me. And I'm like, didn't you leave her to fly back into Atlanta to come see Danny when Danny needed your help? When she called you and still ain't told you what was wrong with her? After she had ran into her incident with Divine the sausage. Yeah. You flew into town. Okay, I guess Mindy said you ain't coming back home fast enough. Mindy on her way to Atlanta. Alright? So, I don't understand why he asking Danny if she want to meet Mindy. Like, no, clearly not. For what? Now, Q coming over there talking about, is he bothering you? Yes, he is, honestly. But you is too. That's what I would have told him. But now Preston got the nerve to say, "Who is you?" Oh, he's another one. Preston, Preston, Preston. Let's not go there. Especially when every time we seen you on the TV screen last season, you had another one. Yeah. So let's not go there. Please. Because you done dated several women on this show since you've been on this show. Now, I don't know why Danny not taking Q serious enough for me. Because for one, his ass wouldn't even be back at the airport. But for some reason, she's still playing around. And I don't see why the police ain't been called yet, being that he's driving around in Maurice's stolen car. But we're going to get there. Now, Danny told him, good, look, I got pepper spray in my purse and I don't mind using it. And I will blind your ass and say you assaulted me. So you need to move around. So now we see Hayden and Gary, y'all. Hayden and Gary sitting up there talking about the business deal with Robin. And basically meeting back up there at 5 o'clock. So that they can all work their move, basically. Now, as they're in the middle of conversation, here come Heather. She comes into the law firm. Y'all, when I tell y'all, they got a lot going on at the Benson Jones and Lee Law Firm. Now, where we at? Okay. When Heather walks in, she was telling Hayden that Zach called me. So Hayden was like, okay, what you said? And she was like, I told him to talk to you. So Hayden was like, okay, yeah, good. We're going to make him suffer. Heather said, look, I ain't trying to do all that. I just want my money. Clearly. This girl just want her coins. She ain't got nothing to do with what you got going, Hayden. And then for Gary to be like, you still on this Zach stuff? He looking at Hayden talking about, you still on this Zach stuff? Yeah, clearly you still over there on that Robin stuff. But I gotta give it to Gary. At least his plan with Robin, his vicious plan, at least it's beneficial for him. In a huge way. Hayden, what are you gonna get out of taking Zach's money? I mean, one thing you're gonna get out of is that little beat up Toyota that Fatima bust up 2 seasons ago. I don't know if he's still riding in it or not, but the last time I seen you whipping, that's what you was whipping. So, I guess it'll get him up out of that right along with whatever else he's struggling with, child. Because I don't believe that Hayden got it like that, which is why I don't understand why Tamara is fooled. And really thinking that she's going to take him for all he got. What do he got? You probably got more than him. So, girl, go home. Close your legs. Give it some rest. Now, Fatima walks by and see Heather in the office with Hayden. So she calls Tamara to inform her that they was in the meeting right now. Now, Tamara saying she downstairs at the coffee shop. She finna be on her way back upstairs. And so when she came in there, Hayden and Heather, they was in the middle of talking. So the receptionist, she came to the door telling Hayden that it's a Tamara here for you. Now, on last week's episode, the receptionist had already known Tamara was there for Hayden because she was the one that told Fatima that she was filling out the application for a secretary. So now she's bringing her back to Hayden's office, and she's sounding as if Tamara had just made it to the law firm. Like, it's a Tamara here for you. I don't get it. I don't know. I thought he had already knew Tamara was here for him. Hell, he the one told Tamara to go fill out the application. But anyways, y'all, like I said, I'm not the writer. So, now, what we had? Oh, yeah. When Tamara comes in, he sent Heather out to the hallway to go call Zach. And Tamara, she was mugging Heather whatnot, talking about, who is that? So Hayden told her, that's my client. She's here for a child support case. So she was like, well, I don't like that. I'm jealous. And it's not that I'm crazy. It's just that my ex, he used to mess around with his clients behind my back at work and all this other stuff. Girl, for one, you walked up in there to my son. I came by because I miss you. I thought you rode with him or maybe followed him to the law firm. Like, on last week's episode, she was already there with Hayden. Whenever Fatima spotted her, excuse my camera. Whenever Fatima spotted her in Andy's office, after she was telling Andy about her come to Jesus moment this morning with Zach. Yeah, she looked out the window, she spotted Tamara with Hayden. And then next thing you know, she seen Tamara in the break room filling out the application. So she went in there and talked to her. So what are you saying you came by because you missed me? We were just together 5 minutes ago. Y'all. So, let me get through this. I'm glad we down to the last episode. So, Tamara was explaining to him, talking about, it's just the way you put it on me. You know, I don't want nobody else getting that. So, she's telling Hayden to drop Heather as a client. And then when Heather walked in there, Hayden's stupid ass really did it. He dropped Heather as his client. So, he missed out on his bag because a girl he just met, 48 hours ago, told him to. Y'all. And I tell y'all, I'm so done with these characters on this show. But what I don't understand is, what is Tamara gonna do if you pick up another client and she's a female? Like, what she's gonna do, she gonna make you drop all of your female clients at this point, like, since she's so jealous, you can't at all do business with a female. Like, Hayden, you about to miss out on some bags, baby, because it ain't like it's just a whole bunch of men. It's not like it's a huge percentage of men that's coming into these law firms filing for child support. It's mainly women. So, I don't know, even though I don't know if Hayden is a child support lawyer or what type of lawyer he is, but in order to be dealing with child support, you will think that he's a child support lawyer or somewhere of that nature. So I suspect most of his clients to be women. And you about to miss out on some bags, baby. So, and it seemed like Tamara wouldn't want him to miss out on no bags, even though all of this is for Fatima's plan, right? But if you still turned in the application, I would have never walked in there and I would have played it off like, yeah, I'm going to make him drop her today. But when I walk in there, no. He if anything, he need to pick her up right along with some more women out there that's trying to file for child support because it's more money for me. Ain't you trying to work your move? behind Fatima's bed. Y'all excuse that loud truck riding through. I hate when they do me like this whenever I'm doing my reviews. Because I know it's picking up on my microphone. And I'm going to hear on their playback. But either way, if you is trying to, girl, fuck what you talking about. I'm finna take this for all his money. I'm finna get this job and get all these. Yeah, if you really about that life, then I wouldn't have walked in there and told him to drop Heather. No, we gonna get her coins too. Fuck you mean. Now, moving right along, we see Zach. He calls Fatima, right? Because right now he's all over the place. So he like, yeah, I'm about to come up there. I'm about to come up there now. Because he trying to come talk to her about this child. Like, what's up? Why haven't you told me about these? And so Fatima can hear it in his voice that something is off. But she's like, okay. And she asks him, like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, something wrong. But Zach, he's trying his best to play it off until he get face to face with her. Even though he's not doing a good job at it. But he's trying his best to play it off. And it's because he's in shambles right now. Like, he don't know what to think. He trusted this girl. He trusted her every word. Although he always asks why. Like, why are you this way with me? Like, why? You can tell in the back of Zach's head, he always felt like this is too good to be true. But yet and still, he wanting it so bad to be true, so he trusting in it. You know, the same way he wants Fatima to trust in him. He's trusting in her. Not knowing that she's full of lies. Like, Fatima is starting to get comfortable with telling these lies. It's to the point where it's almost worse than Mia Thornton over there on Potomac. Same way she told Zach, I told you that this was somebody that Angela knows about the picture. You didn't tell him that. That's a lie. You can go back and watch the dialogue. She kept telling Zach, don't worry about that. Don't worry about where I got the picture from with him and Karen. She never once stopped and said, I got the picture from Angela. And someone that she knows sent her the picture. And that's the whole reason why Zach went off the meter thinking that Karen was behind the picture. Like, Fatima love to get shit started and then tell lies afterwards. But I don't fall for it because I'm seeing it and I'm hearing it. And I did not hear you tell Zach that this is a picture that Angela got from somebody she knows. But on the episode after that episode, you told him that you said that. And you did not. So, y'all, I'm going to say that for another video. Moving right along. We see Calvin and Sabrina. They at the precinct to bond Maurice out of jail. Okay? Now, they having a conversation while they waiting on Maurice, and Calvin, he's really in his feelings about bro man giving Sabrina all this money. So he's trying to get to the bottom of it and trying to find out, like, do you like him? So at first Sabrina was saying, like, you know, I just met him, basically, like, mind your own business, long story short. But she went on and told him, yeah, I like him and he liked me too. Now, Sabrina, let's not forget that you ain't the only one that he liked, because the way he was up there in his skirt, please keep that in mind. Now, Calvin, I'm really so sick of his sad faces. I'm so sick of him hanging his head down like a little sad puppy. I'm so sick of having to watch Sabrina babysit his emotions like this. I'm sick of it all, especially whenever she had to, like I said, and I've already said this, and I'm going to say it again. She had to toughen up after seeing you walk out that room butt naked with Peggy. Kevin, you ain't even seen all that. Like, she ain't even did you like how you did her. So I believe you need to just give her the benefit of the doubt here. Because like you said, y'all ain't together. Now, Maurice, he flying out the door. He finally free. And what got me is, he come out only thinking about Maurice. Which is why I've been saying that I'm very concerned about Sabrina. Because I feel like Sabrina got more love for Maurice than she got for herself. When Sabrina came out, all she was worried about was Maurice. That's it. And for Maurice to get out of jail, and the only thing he worried about is, for one, where's his African prince that saved him? Where's his chariot? Pushing Calvin, move, get off me. Never once said thank you. Never once even asked how Sabrina doing. Since he caused her to be locked up, lose her job, have to come up with $3 million that she didn't even have. Like, she been through a lot, and then still have to bun you out too. He didn't even, it's like his concern was not on Sabrina at all. His concern was not Sabrina. His concern was only himself. And I've been said that. I've been said Sabrina need to ask herself if the shoe was on the other foot. Will Maurice be worried about her now? So, now moving along. Where we at now? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. When Heather came back in the office and Hayden was like, I got another colleague for you, but I'm going to have to drop your case. Why did Tyler Perry write her so uneducated like this? To the point where when he said colleague, she thought he meant college. And then he tried to explain it to her. And she still was confused by thinking colleague was a woman. Talking about, I don't know her. I'm going to need this to stop. Okay? Because Heather don't come off like she's uneducated. And I really need it to stop. Just because she work at the strip club does not mean she's uneducated. And it seems like to me, I ain't even gonna go there. I'm gonna say that for another video. I'm gonna save it for another video because I'm just gonna need TP to start putting some respect on this black woman name. Like, seriously, he gonna have to start putting some respect on it. That's it. Now, Sabrina calls Andy, and Andy merges the call in with Karen because she was already on the other line with Karen. So Sabrina tells the girls that they need to meet up at Denny's after work. Now, I didn't even hear her give, well, she did give Danny a heads up. Before she left Danny's house, she did. She told Danny that they need to talk, that all the girls need to talk. She is going to go tell the girls and all of them need to talk. But I don't know if Danny know for sure if they going to roll up on her after work like that. But either way, they pulling up. And honestly, Danny needs it. She need to hear it. Even though she's not going to receive it and go about the trailer, I had already knew she wasn't. But she needs to hear it. Put that on her mind because she might later on think about it. Seriously. Drink the rest of my lemon water. Now, we see the receptionist. She's telling Andy that Gary is here. Yeah. So then we see Heather, she's straight into Fatima's office because she mad, highly mad about her coins. Okay? Like, why did Hayden just drop me from the case? So she was like, y'all playing games. And So Fatima was telling her, like, look, you don't need that lawyer no way. How about you talk to Zach and work out a deal with him, because he's a good man. He's going to take care of his kids. Okay. Now, I just had a conversation with someone in the comments about this. I understand that Zach didn't know he had a 3-year-old son. And he just found out about this son right whenever he got some money. But ever since he had found out about this son, we have went through a whole season 5, including 21 episodes. And we have not seen him bond with this baby. We have not seen him even pick up the phone and call Hilda to check on this baby. If anything, he calling Hilda to try to work a deal out for him so that he can save some money. But he's not calling Hilda to actually talk to his son and actually be a part of this little boy's life. Okay? So, when Fatima say Zach is a good man and he's going to take care of his kids, I would like to ask her, how many times, and I'm not trying to insinuate anything, I just want to know, how many times have you actually seen him take care of the son that he just found out about? How many times have you actually seen him go in the store and get this baby any and everything that he needs? How many times, Fatima, have you saw him call Heather and, ask if their son need anything? Or even try to bond with the boy. Can I get him today? Can I get him for the weekend? How many times, Fatima, in order for you to vouch for him, as hard as you vouching for him, I want to know how many times. Because I have not seen one. Not saying that he would not do that. Because I do believe that Zach is the type of man that will take care of his children. I do believe that. Do he got a lot of shit going on in his life right now? Yes, he do. But what Zach needs to understand is now, since he found out that he does have a son, it's not all about him no more. And he can't just ignore his son's needs just because he got a lot of shit going on in his life. Because that little boy been without a daddy for 3 years. Now, Heather might got a boyfriend around. He probably calling somebody dead. Who knows? But I feel like that little boy is old. That's old to him. He deserves to get to know his real father. And the fact that Zach have not taken that full-on initiative to do that yet, it bothers me. But yet and still we got a woman sitting back vouching for this man that has not even proved to her that he is this good man that'll take care of his kids. Now, moving right along, because I don't blame Heather. And then she got the nerve to tell Heather, have you even tried to ask him? Baby. Fatima. See, that's why I'm really not surprised that you ain't taking care of your child. I'm not surprised. Because you over here rooting for Zach to save some money instead of spending it on his child that he made. And that's because that's how you move. Now, I don't blame Heather because she got the nerve to tell Heather, ask Heather, have you even tried to ask him for anything? Why should she? After Dana done pulled up and told this man he's 99.9% the father, I shouldn't have to ask you for nothing. And if you trying to make that a pattern for my life now, to have to pick up the phone and ask Zach, can you buy the baby this? Can you buy the baby that? Anytime the baby needs something, I gotta call Zach. No. I need Zach to be automatic. The same way this baby was made, automatic. I need him to automatically take care of this child without me having to pick up the phone and ask him anything. For anything. Yeah, send it to the cash out. Yeah, we can set up a day. Every Friday, something better hit the cash out. Or every other Friday. That's the type of initiative that I want to see out of Zach. Not this girl having to pick up her phone and call him every time the baby needs something. But that's what Fatima want her to do. Hell, if I had to do that every time my babies need something, if I had to pick up the phone and call their daddy every time they need something, you damn right I'm in that child support office. I need this to be automatic. I should not have to feel like a peasant when it come down to a child that I did not make on my own. I shouldn't have to feel like I'm a nuisance. I should not have to feel like I have to ask you for anything when you know what your children need. You know what it takes to take care of some kids. Yeah, like I said, hit me up in the cash app every Friday. And I wouldn't be at the law firm right now. Because had Zach would have been doing that, I bet you Heather wouldn't even be doing this. Because she done already told Hayden, I ain't trying to do all that what you trying to do. I just want my money. Okay? Shannon, give me my money. Okay? Shout out to the Father Grace. Now, moving right along, y'all, because this review getting too long and I'm finna hang it up. But now we see when Heather walk out the office, he go Fatima talking about some, gotcha. I'm a bad bitch. You a deadbeat one too. Now, moving right along. Gary and Andy, y'all. Gary done showed up in Andy's office trying to make Robin jealous when Robin not even there. So he hugging on her and just doing all this extra stuff while he looking at the window. Y'all, I'm done with them. I ain't even finna go talk about them. I'm just done with them. All I know is Robin better come up with the rest of them coins he need in order to say that law firm at 5 o'clock. Or else Gary and Hayden is Andy's new boss. Now, Maurice, Calvin, and Sabrina, they all make it back to Maurice's house. And y'all, Maurice done twirled around and fell on the floor, thinking that he about to fall out on his couch. And I'm just like, but when you first get out of jail, you ain't finna walk into your house with your eyes closed. You so happy to be home, like, you looking around at everything before you even take a seat. Okay. So, yeah, but this Tyler Perry land. So Maurice, he mad now because he done found out all his furniture gone. He done found out that Q done got away with everything. And then he got a nerve to ask Calvin, talking about something, you let him in my house? Maurice, I know you done spent almost the whole season in jail or whatnot, but Calvin was not the one that let him in your house. Now, Calvin talked you into letting him in your house, but Maurice, you had full on control of that. You let Q into your house. And the whole time you've been locked up, you haven't even been trying to get him out. Anytime you talk to Calvin, it's never about, is Q still at my house? Like, y'all never had this conversation when you was locked up. Like, you need to be calling the police, getting him out my house, this and that. You need to be, doing that for me. It was never that. It was just always talking about, come get me out of jail. Or is Sabrina in with the prosecutor? And, oh, I got a cellmate. He looked good too. And just a bunch of unnecessary stuff that Maurice was talking about. Maurice was not trying to get Q out of his house either. So, he did Calvin wrong, and then Calvin stormed off to go take a walk because Calvin, he can't believe it right now. Like, everything I did, dude, I stayed here for 24 hours trying to guard your stuff one time. And, not even that. I also took my daddy's golf clubs, the couple of them that I had left that Q didn't sell, and I went upside his back with it for you. I could have broke the last golf club that I had. Y'all, Calvin is in his feelings. Then not to mention that he was willing to put up to $20,000 just to help bond Maurice out of jail. And for Maurice to get out and treat him this way, baby, Calvin is over it. And so is Sabrina too. And Sabrina finally speaking up for herself. So, Sabrina telling Maurice straight up, like, you wrong. And I was in jail. We were in jail, Maurice. And so after she finished getting on his ass, she had to go ahead and let him know that, oh yeah, Q stole your car too. Now Maurice, he all the way over it. Which I've already said, Sabrina, you run around sitting on this information and still haven't called the police. But now Maurice out of jail, now he can call the police himself. So if we don't see him call the police by now on finale episode, something is definitely wrong with this cast. Because Maurice should have been getting on the phone right then, trying to file a stolen car report and trying to get his car back. Yeah, what's wrong with you? So he telling Sabrina to leave, being very rude and pissed off with the wrong somebody, if you ask me. So if I was Sabrina, I'd really write him up off my lease, honestly. I'd be worried about myself trying to go get my job back. Because like I said, Maurice still have not even asked this girl, are you okay? Do you still have your job? How are you? He ain't worried about that. He don't worry about Maurice. Tell me. So Sabrina really needs to focus on herself. Now, Aaron, he done brought Karen lunch. And this is another scene where they must have forgot where they left off, because last week's episode, Karen had already seen the lunch. And he was just going back outside to get the spoons, because he had left the spoons in the car. And he was like, look, when you finish your head, before you start on the next head, I'm going to need you to eat. He was being very demanding. Okay? And then a lot of people thought it was cute. But when he walked into the office, she was like, hey, I was just thinking about lunch. I thought you had already knew he had brought you lunch. He was just going outside to get the spoon. But y'all, look. Moving right along, they sit down and they have a talk or whatnot. And in the middle of that conversation, Pam knocks at the door. And she was like, excuse me, there's someone by the name of Jennifer here to see you. So, Aaron, y'all, he was like, oh, okay. I'll be out in 1 second. Like, he playing it off like everything all good. Like, he don't even know who Jennifer is, y'all. And so when Pam said, who is Jennifer? I hollered. Because that's the same thing that we need to know. We need to know these. Pam is like the only one on here that has the correct dialogues. Like, she's asking the questions that the audience want to know. Now, when Abram stepped out there, he had to pull the girl outside, like, yeah, we can talk outside. You ain't finna do this up with him. So Pam, she all ears and eyes. She like, what's going on? Karen, you don't want to see that? You don't want to look at this, girl? You don't look at this and see what's going on? Now, in the midst of all that, back at the law firm, the receptionist tells Fatima that Fatima asked the receptionist, do she know what happened to the application that Tamara was filling out? And the receptionist told her that she had took it to HR. She had went on and turned it in. So Fatima was like, by any chance, can you go get it for me? Because, no, this ain't that. So the receptionist, she went and got the application for Fatima. And I'm just like, y'all, come on, pretty receptionist lady. She been working her ass off on this episode. So, now y'all, why Aaron out there arguing with Jennifer, whoever she is, and she out there calling him John, talking about something, you know what you did? You did this to me. You did this. And I'm just like, what did he do? When is she gonna say what he did? I wanna know. So, Aaron had to ran her off. But before he did that, Karen had done stepped outside, because Karen, now she was like, I'm about to go outside. Because Pam like, you don't want to see these? Girl, it is getting intense. Girl, you better come see these. Yeah, like, it's a lot going on at these establishments on Sistas. It's just too much. Now, back at the law firm, Fatima makes it to the break room, and Zach, he's in there pacing back and forth. He up to here. So, she think they finna go to lunch, and he like, nah, we finna talk. So, do I know everything about you? Fatima said, yes. The lies, Fatima. The lies. She won't stop it with the lies. So, Zach said, so you not gonna tell me about Joey and your 9-year-old son? Fatima, that blew her away. She looking like, oh, yeah, and about that. Yeah, and about that. What? We need to know. Now, like I said, it's still alleged. We don't know for sure what's really going on. But if you do have a 9-year-old son that you abandoned, Fatima, you should be ashamed of yourself. Especially being that you running around here trying to make sure that these ladies don't get their child support or they right amount of child support from Zach. And these ladies, Karen and Heather. She's trying to make sure Karen get the minimum amount of child support. And she's trying to make sure Heather gets none. But it's coming together now. I get it now. That's because you don't take care of your child, Fatima. You're rooting for the deadbeats because you're one of them. So I get it now. But y'all, that was all I had for this video, and I will be back later on today to talk about the trailer. And like I said, feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about these. How do y'all feel about Fatima abandoning her 9-year-old son just because she don't like the little bastard? Is it because Joey didn't marry you before he impregnated you? Because clearly you have let us know that by calling him a bastard. So I just want to know what you got against this little boy. Because really, what could a 9-year-old have done to you that bad for you to abandon them? We need answers, Fatima. So y'all drop down in the comments and let me know how y'all feel. And I will be back with more videos. Until then, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl, Toya Taylor. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And also, hit that notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.